From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
The Israeli offensive in Gaza back at full strength 2 days after a ceasefire ran out. Hundreds of Hamas targets reportedly being hit, prompting new waves of evacuations by civilians.
And I don't want it to escalate where she might hurt a human.
A celebrity dog trainer brings his nationwide tour to San Francisco, but with it comes controversy about his training methods.
That's unethical, and doing it is technically abuse.
Unfortunately, snake oil is still in business, and this guy is selling.
A nationwide outbreak of avian flu reaches the North Bay, and now thousands of birds at 2 poultry farms will have to be euthanized. Good morning. Today is Sunday, December 3rd. I'm Max Darrow. We start off our Sunday with the war between Israel and Hamas. Today, Israel is ordering people in more areas of southern Gaza to evacuate, especially in the city of Khan Yunis, the second largest city in Gaza. This comes as the Israel military pushes farther into the south, where it says many Hamas leaders are hiding. Israeli airstrikes hit both Khan Yunis and Rafah overnight. Many of Gaza's 2.3 million residents are already crammed into the southern part of Gaza after Israeli forces ordered civilians to leave the north in the early days of the war. Israel's prime minister is vowing to achieve, quote, total victory. But the death toll in Gaza continues to grow, now topping 15,000, according to officials in the Hamas-run health ministry. CBS's Bradley Blackburn joins us live this morning with the latest developments. Bradley, good morning. Another day where there is a dynamic situation in the Middle East.
Ever-changing, Max. And yes, Israel is ordering more Palestinians to evacuate from areas in the south where they had been told to go for safety in the past. Israel says it's bringing the fight to where Hamas leaders have moved, but it is sending many civilians scrambling to try to find a safe place.
Israel says its war with Hamas is back at full strength, with operations on the ground in Gaza and in the air overhead.
We see here a fighting tunnel of Hamas, 15 meters deep.
The Israeli army released this video Saturday,
right outside a school,
supporting their claims that Hamas uses civilian structures to shield terror infrastructure. Israel says it has destroyed 400 terror targets since the ceasefire ended. Hamas continues to fire rockets into Israel. Passengers in a plane taking this video of interceptions near Tel Aviv. In a televised address, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the ground operation necessary and said war will continue until Israel achieves its goals. The fight has extended into the south, where civilians had been told to evacuate and are now fleeing again. Outside Gaza City, a multi-story building in an urban refugee camp was hit. Residents said dozens were killed or wounded. We want to live in safety, this man said. U.S. officials are speaking out about the danger to civilians.
We will continue to press Israel to protect civilians and to ensure the robust flow of humanitarian aid.
And as fighting resumes, so have global protests. Thousands marched in Paris Saturday demanding a ceasefire.
There were also rallies in Israel calling for the release of the remaining hostages. More than 130 people remain being held captive, and Max, that includes 8 Americans.
Bradley, with fighting resuming in Gaza right now, what is the status for humanitarian aid reaching people there?
Well, Max, a few trucks with aid were able to get into Gaza yesterday. For a time after this ceasefire ended, the flow of aid stopped entirely. Now, Israel has promised that it will facilitate getting aid into Gaza. That's something the U.S. has been pushing for. You heard the defense secretary in our story there. But aid groups that are working on the ground in Gaza, like the Red Cross and Red Crescent, say that getting those supplies where they're needed is nearly impossible because of the chaotic situation on the ground. And of course, Max, the need is enormous.
Bradley Blackburn, thank you for your reporting. That's Bradley Blackburn live in New York for us this morning. As Bradley mentioned, Israel is circulating footage of an alleged Hamas tunnel. In this video, an unidentified soldier points to what he says is a fighting tunnel built by Hamas about 50 feet from a school. Now, based on the design and the color of the buildings nearby that you're looking at right there, we do know this is an area of northern Gaza, just south of the Israeli border. And you can stay up to date with the latest on everything happening in Gaza on our website, KPIX.com, and of course on the free CBS News app.
Good Sunday morning. There's plenty of clouds around and maybe a few light showers, especially north of the Golden Gate Bridge. But as the day goes on, we diminish the chance for any more rain. And again, it's mostly a North Bay phenomenon. And then we begin to warm it up as we get toward Monday. So to sum it up, it'll look like this. Light showers mostly ending. Chance continues in the North Bay. Sunshine and a warming trend for Monday and Tuesday. I have more details on that in a few minutes. But first, let's get the latest.
A dog trainer who has drawn a big following on social media is now being accused of dog abuse and animal cruelty by fellow trainers. The man encountered protesters as he held a training event in San Francisco on Saturday afternoon. Our Dalin has more.
There are no regulations when it comes to dog training. No license, no oversight. Some dog trainers claim one man is abusing the system and dogs. 6-year-old Mikey is a German Shepherd Husky mix. His dog mom, Elena Zoletta, is worried about his behavior.
I have a vicious dog here, so, well, that's why we want to just try it, if it would help.
Elena tried different trainers and even a boarding school. She hopes a 4-hour training session with trainer Augusto de la Vera will provide some positive changes in his behavior. She's met with protesters in front of a San Francisco building on Saturday afternoon.
Each one of us has his own opinion, but for me, you know, if it would help my dog, why not?
Many of the protesters are dog trainers. They claim Augusto, who's better known on social media as the Dog Daddy, is abusing dogs. The Dog Daddy has millions of followers. He claims to have changed the behavior of some of the worst dogs. But critics say he uses force and inflicts pain to only get temporary compliance.
Unfortunately, they're the victims of an unregulated industry, and the thing that they're trying next is something that could potentially make their dog much, much worse.
This is not dog training.
Is this how you want to treat your dog? Would you use these methods on a child to make them obey?
Our camera was not allowed inside. An attendee provided this video of Saturday's training, showing the Dog Daddy working with roughly 30 owners.
Unfortunately, snake oil is still in business and this guy is selling.
Many paid $100 to $400 to attend. They say it's their last resort.
She's already bitten another dog or two in the neighborhood, and I don't want it to escalate where she might hurt a human, and the ultimate may happen, euthanasia.
There's a lot of misunderstanding of what I do, because when you reach millions of people, on a daily basis, there's a lot of different opinions that get formed.
Augusto does one-day sessions across the country. He says he has years of experience working with dogs since he was a kid. He says he provides methods for dog owners to take home to work on sustainable behavior changes.
The misconception that I am abusing dogs comes from people that don't understand that specifically the type of dogs that come to me are dogs that are very out of control. They have tried everything else.
As for Elena, she says Mikey was very calm after the training. How did it go?
It's very good. It's very informative. I'm very happy and pleased.
The Dog Daddy is scheduled to have another training session later this month in Sacramento. Protesters plan to peacefully demonstrate at that event as well.
An outbreak of a deadly strain of avian flu has been detected at 2 Sonoma County poultry farms. The Press Democrat identifies the affected sites as Reichhardt Duck Farm and Sunrise Farms, both located in Petaluma. More than 250,000 birds are expected to be euthanized at the 2 farms. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 68 million birds have been infected nationwide since an outbreak began last year on the East Coast. People in Santa Clara County had a chance on Saturday to turn in their unwanted guns. The county sheriff's office and San Jose Police Department teamed up to host a gun buyback at the Reed-Hillview County Airport. Owners giving up their guns could get up to $200. The firearms that were turned in will be destroyed. Organizers say they have collected more than 100 weapons.